This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
Look! The magic feather! I can see it all now. Look! You're flying! You're flying! Dumbo! The ninth wonder of the universe! The world's only flying elephant!
Isn't it thrilling?
Dumbo the Great!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coming Soon to a podcast near you. I am your host, the Ringmaster Blaze. And as always, I have my co-host, the little human elephant who could fly, Zumbo. Xavier Bo. He doesn't appreciate this one. He is not a fan.
Okay. So, yep. We have watched the 1941 movie Dumbo. I don't remember what year Fantasia was. Which, yeah, that was the.
I think it was 1940.
Yeah, that was the recent movie we watched for the Disney Watch was Fantasia, and that was a while ago because the time after that we watched Toy Story. This is also technically the last movie that we're doing of 2022. Because of all the wonky stuff that happened in 2022, the last movie we did of that year, of like we recorded and uploaded, was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But then a bunch of stuff happened, and we went on a bit of a short hiatus. And we're working on getting everything caught up. But yeah, this is if things were on schedule, this would have been the last movie. This would have been the last movie of December of 2022. So, and then afterwards, of course, we did the whole random movie way back with, like, I think Elf. So next movie we'll be doing our horror movie, which we already have decided. I don't know if we want to keep that a secret or not, but yeah. Anyways, Dumbo. I don't even know if we want to call this really a movie because, like, it's very, very short. It is the shortest movie that we've watched for this podcast. It's barely an hour long.
Yeah, it's very short. I don't remember it being this short.
I seem to remember watching it and it being like within the 40 to 50 minute range, but and while I wasn't really surprised how short it was. I probably was just remembering things wrong. But yeah, this entire movie is about the length of the average like Netflix episode.
A little longer than that, but yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, I watched this when I was young, and I was probably still a kid the last time I seen Dumbo. I cannot remember the last time I watched Dumbo. And it was weird because it's been so long, and I don't fully remember the movie. But when I was watching it, like, almost every song brought back memories. Like, it has so many visually and musically things that are just staples in your mind that it all comes back to you when you watch this movie. So yeah, it was weird watching it. I have some
Hello,
thoughts,
Mother.
but we will get into that.
I'm doing a podcast.
Okay.
I don't live alone.
Yes, I'm aware. So, do you have any trivia on Dumbo?
No. Do you?
I mean, I can get some real quick.
That's fine. I don't think any. I doubt any trivia. It's a very short movie, and there's not really much to it. There was a remake. I don't know. I don't remember when it was. But there was a Disney remake.
Yeah, it happened a couple years ago. It was
that recently?
Yeah, it's super recent. There was a live action version. Yeah, I want maybe 2019. It was a couple years. It wasn't that long ago. All right, I have one question. This is the first Disney animated feature film to be set in the present time of its release. And that won't happen again until what Disney movie? So most Disney movies take place in the past.
Right.
Like 1500s, stuff like that. This is the first Disney movie to actually take place during. Also, it's like one of the first movies to actually take place in America and in the present. So, what would be the next Disney movie that it takes place during the present that isn't part of the past?
Melody Time?
Negative. Okay, let's see if this helps. This movie doesn't come out for 20 years after this movie in 1961.
Oh, that doesn't help at all.
The answer is 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, okay.
That one comes out. That one takes place during the present, and it takes place in 61. 1961, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Trivia number 2. The stork from Dumbo is also the voice of what very famous Disney character?
Jiminy Cricket?
No.
It was worth a shot. He was given a lot of praise for being a highly revered person, or actor or something when we reviewed the movie Pinocchio.
Yeah. So you didn't recognize his voice?
Nope.
That voice would be Winnie the Pooh.
Huh.
Same actor who voiced Winnie the Pooh, I think, up until the 80s. What? One second. Okay, I've got to make sure this is correct. One of the songs from this movie was nominated. Is in the Film Institute as one of 100 best film songs. Which song would you say is in there from this movie?
I'm willing to bet it's the one with those wonky pink elephants.
The Pink Elephants on Parade is the name of that song. That is incorrect. The answer's Baby Mine. The song that they sing about when Jumbo is trying to comfort Dumbo while she's in her prison.
Right.
So there's some trivia. Let's get on with the synopsis. So
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge synopsis. This movie can literally just be summarized in maybe a few sentences, but we're not going to do that because we like our audience. Yes.
So
what are you doing?
So this movie is essentially a non-Christmas version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Before Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came out, of course.
Before the cartoon came out, that's for sure. But I'm thinking I thought Rudolph's been around for longer than that. But you might be right.
I don't know. That's a good question.
So actually, yeah, this probably Rudolph kind of ripped this off. I guess is more than likely. Anyways, but if you think about it, it's about a baby elephant who's brought in by storks. How often do you see that happen?
Yeah, and can we just acknowledge like the existence of storks is probably to probably give like a I don't know, a good explanation to kids of where babies come from without actually going into all the juicy details.
Yes, I mean that is pretty much correct.
It's like, oh no, when a boy and girl love each other, it has nothing to do with it. Birds come to your house and give you a baby against your will.
That's right.
And they just prefer overweight women, I guess. I don't know. What about single fathers, though? What about fathers who, like, I don't know, get a surrogate?
I don't think the kids think that hard about it.
Right.
So anyways, Dumbo is brought to his mother via stork. And he shows up and everybody's like, oh, that's a cute little baby. But then
ears.
Then everybody realizes the horrifying truth. This baby has giant ears.
I'm wondering if this movie is actually like I don't want to say a ripoff, but like a reference to the Ugly Duckling rather than Rudolph.
It's possible. It's possible. So essentially everybody pretty much treats Dumbo like shit. And then the mother, after seeing a bunch of jackasses.
Something wrong with your audio?
Hello?
Hello. Okay.
Okay.
It's a little bit better. I don't know what happened there. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, let's be honest. These kids were being dicks to this poor baby elephant. And they deserved everything Jumbo gave them. She gave them a good licking, and they deserved it. So, but unfortunately, because the elephant decided to beat the crap out of douchebag children, they, of course, punished the giant elephant and not the stupid idiots that were attacking or treating a baby elephant like a piece of crap.
Yeah, that's also a good thing to bring up as well, because apparently like these creatures can talk, and humans can't hear them because of what happens later in the movie with the mouse like whispering into the guy's ear while he's sleeping.
I almost wonder if they were able to get away with that, because they don't ever have the animals talk to the humans any other time. So because he's in a sleep-like state, I think they justified it. Or like maybe like the animals are kind of like Toy Story-like, where they're inanimate unless the human is not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they never establish that they have a conversation with the humans at any time other than that one part where the mouse is trying to help Dumbo be the main act. He doesn't want Dumbo to escape this cruelty and circus stuff. He just wants to make sure that, he's a top act of the circus. But, that's a whole nother argument. So yes, Dumbo's mother gets thrown into circus jail, and Dumbo becomes friends with the mouse after, all the elephants, decide that just because he has big ears, he doesn't deserve to be human or elephant. Also, they're not super happy with the fact that he tripped on his ears and ruined their what looked like very unlikely and very uncomfortable elephant on elephant action. So, that was interesting. Anyway, so Dumbo runs away after he gets made fun of. Well, then he gets drunk. Okay, so this is something I've been meaning.
And then he gets drunk.
Now, I have partaked in the alcohol on numerous of occasions, and I can guarantee you that wasn't alcohol. That is not what happens when you get drunk. That only happens if you are maybe that alcohol is laced with some hard
acid.
drugs, some acid. Those elephants dancing around no, that's not alcohol. That was an incorrect. But I actually looked it up, and apparently it used to be a saying that when you're drunk, you see pink elephants or something. So that whole segment is based on an old saying that we do not ever use anymore in the 1940s.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; it's one of the most interesting parts of the show. But I'm just saying that that's not what happens when you get drunk.
Yeah, the most interesting part is an elephant getting drunk on maybe acid.
Yeah,
a baby elephant, yes, and a mouse as well. But
well, it is a very interesting scene. It's visually entertaining.
It's also very unsettling.
It is very unsettling. It reminds me. You may not have seen it, but it reminds me of the Heffalumps and Woozles scene from an old Winnie the Pooh cartoon.
Yeah, I think I've seen those a long time ago. But yeah,
they're very, very similar scenes, if I remember right. I haven't seen that in years either. So, but then they wake up in a tree. Now, waking up drunk or waking up after drinking in odd and weird locations, that is definitely being drunk. That's definitely that can happen while you're drunk, waking up in weird locations.
Oh, I woke up in my ex's boyfriend's bed. Oh, this what happened here?
Oh my!
What happened here?
That does happen. Yeah, that was pretty accurate representation. But the actual effects of being drunk, no, that shit don't happen. That's what are we doing here? Let's not give these kids unrealistic drunk fantasies, okay? It's not cool.
Oh boy, I want to see pink elephants. Mom, hand me the Bud Light.
And then we get the crows.
Oh yeah, I don't want to say I dislike these characters, but there's a clear racial, like every single one of them is voiced by a black person, and when there's 5 of them and not a single one of them.
No. Every single one of them besides the main crow is voiced by a black person.
Really?
Yep. The main one, who has been changed to the name Dandy Crow, but in the original Dumbo was originally called Jim Crow.
Okay. That's not a good idea.
But they claim that they did it as a. They claim they named him Jim Crow as a pushback on Jim Crow laws. They weren't supporting it. They were trying to, I don't know, fight the man, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, his name was originally Jim Crow. He is voiced by a white person. However, so it's kind of weird. There's some racism. There's some, what's the word? I guess not necessarily. They have the white man doing the stereotypical racist voice to sound black, but at the same time, it's also kind of progressive in the fact that they did have the other ones voiced by black people in a time in 1941 when black people did not normally get to have acting gigs, and unless it's wasn't flatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was an interesting. Yeah, it was interesting that it was actually. It's kind of race, kind of. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to choose which way you want to go. I know there are.
I guess it's one of those things that you kind of just need all the puzzle pieces of information to like really judge it. But it definitely comes from like 1940 messed up views.
I know. When I was doing some research on it, some people like I think Whoopi Goldberg have defended the Crows. She's a very popular black actress, and she's spoken up about her support of the Crows being a positive character. They are characterizations. That's one thing you can't avoid. But at the same time, these Crows are actually pretty intelligent and also show remorse, and actually after making fun of Dumbo, they actually help Dumbo, teach him how to fly by lying and saying that this is a magic feather. But they do actually...
It's psychology.
Yeah, they do actually help Dumbo fly. And then, yes, then you see an elephant fly, and that is the basis of this entire movie. Dumbo flies, becomes the main act in the... I guess we don't know if he becomes the main act because he flies away and the movie's over, so we don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know if like he got put,
gets fired,
if he got sold, or if he got hired. Does Jumbo get out of jail? That's kind of the premise of the movie, but like we don't. But like, what happens?
Well, no, actually, they do show that. They show Jumbo out of the circus jail. They also show that Dumbo becomes huge. You just don't know if the ringmaster chose it.
Oh yeah.
Because they show the mouse on there as his manager and everything. So
I forgot about the ending part.
Yeah, they do show a bunch of newspapers showing that he actually does, have a better life technically.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the newspaper scene. Like, stuff like that.
But yeah, and he flies and boom. That's pretty much the end of Dumbo. It's over now. What did you think of this movie?
Again, apart from like 1940s, because we already 1940s weirdness, because of course, like we already discussed that with like Snow White, Pinocchio, and Fantasia. This was a relatively decent movie. It of course barely even really, I don't even know if it really barely counts as a movie, because like it's really short. It is short, and like, but it does like cut to a bit of a chase. And there is a solid premise. Like there's the conflict, there's the resolution, and there's the happy ending, which I for some reason just forgot about.
Well, there was also no actual real villains in this movie too.
Your audio is messy again. I don't know if this will show up on the recording or not, but it's on my end as well.
I said that.
Sorry.
I said that this is also fudge. I lost track of my thought. This is also. What were we talking about?
We were talking about what we thought of the movie.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. But yeah, I thought this was a decent movie. It There's an elephant that can fly. And I don't see everything when I see an elephant fly. I'm kind of a part of me is glad that they didn't choose a pig for this, because like that would be the most obvious choice. But you know, no one ever thinks about like elephants flying, even though like that should also be like the obvious choice, because elephants are heavy. Elephants like are really big, heavy creatures. Although Dumbo is not really as heavy because he's a baby. But yeah.
Well, this was actually originally a book. This is based off a book. It's also the first Disney movie to be based off of a book and not like a fairy tale. Because all the other ones are based off of like Grimm's fairy tales and everything, where this one was actually like a kid's book or something that they adapted into a movie.
Yeah. And we got like weird different settings. Like Snow White's in Germany, and then and Pinocchio's in somewhere I don't remember. This one's actually in Florida, in a pretty interesting looking Florida, I might add, because you can actually see the settlements from the sky.
Yeah.
That's just like weird animation stuff. Not really animation, but like paintings.
Well, this was also made with a budget. I guess they lost money on Pinocchio and Snow White. So when they made this, they wanted this made with a lower budget. So it wasn't made with the oils that they used on those with more detail. If you notice, this movie isn't made with as much detail as the past couple movies. And it was made with watercolors instead of the expensive oils.
I see.
And this is the first Disney cartoon to actually give them a good profit, is what I've read as well. A lot of the other movies did not make money for Disney. But this one did, because it was made with a budget. It was made cheaper, and it actually made them money.
Right.
But yeah, it's a weird one. I haven't seen it forever. Like I said, just like all those songs, they just Pink Elephants on Baby Mine. I remember remember as a kid. Just the songs when the train is moving at the beginning. I was like, oh, that just sparks up memories. You know what I mean? It's very nostalgic for me when I saw this. So I haven't seen it since I was a kid. It's weird. Did you like Dumbo?
You know, I kind of did. I would give this. I'd give it a 4.5 out of 10.
4.5. It doesn't seem like you liked it that much.
I did. I did like it, but like again, it had it had a lot of problems.
The crows.
Not just the crows, just like there is some racism in this movie. There's some plain on racism and some really weird crap that I know is like 1940s kind of stuff, but if like setting on a scale between like good, median, and bad, I'd set it around the medium.
What besides the crows? What did you see that you found offensive or racist?
Well, there was some like black slave labor. I don't know if it was slave labor, but there's a lot of like clearly black person labor towards the beginning of the movie. There's that.
Well, I know that. So one thing I read that there was a conscious decision to not show the faces of any of the workers. The only human faces you see are the kid that makes fun of Dumbo and the ringmaster.
The kid that makes fun of Dumbo also looks a lot like the hoodlum from Pinocchio.
Yes, I thought the same thing. But yeah, him and the ringmaster are the only two characters that really get defining faces. All the clowns are in makeup, so they don't have like prominent features. And the only time you see them talking is in like that behind a curtain type look thing that they did. So I thought that was an interesting choice.
Right.
But
well, again, like I like to put movies above 5 if I think they're good. If I personally think that their good qualities outweigh their bad qualities. And I put it below 5 if I think their bad qualities outweigh the good qualities. I feel like this movie, it's a 4.5 in my opinion.
Well, I will say that watching it, I did not think of those because I saw the workers, but I didn't think of them as slave labor. They didn't do anything other than work, which working is not a problem. There was nothing that suggested they were on like a plantation, on what most slaves were forced to do as slaves. So, I mean, there might have been slaves working at the circus. I don't know. I never, have done that much research, but to my knowledge, it was just workers. And I thought there was white people working too. So I did not take. The only part of racism I thought of was the crows. And that's mainly because they used a white man to do the voice, and they were caricatures of black people.
Yeah. What do you give this movie?
I give it a 6.5. I mean, it's an all right movie. I also we also have different opinions on how the grading scale goes. 7 is
I thought
my.
I thought we I I remember you saying kind of the same thing I just did with a during the podcast we did of what's it called, City Hunter.
Yeah.
You said like putting a 5 would probably be like the middle ground.
Yep. And I think this is slightly better than the middle ground.
All right.
It has enough it has enough iconic scenes that I feel like it's a little above. And like I said, it hit me with a lot of nostalgia when I watched it.
Right. But whether or not it's on. Okay. I just wanted to say, nostalgia. I don't like judging on nostalgia. You all know that though. My dad, he seems to be having some issues. I don't know what's going on with that. But alright. I should probably turn on my tablet so I'm ready for after these. Wait. Haste will be hashing. Okay. So, this is awkward. How have you been? Are you, have you quit the drugs? No, that's inappropriate. Anyways, though. How do I look? Do I have fancy bangs? Smart, right? Okay. He has texted back. Oh dear. Okay. I don't know how to turn off the recording, but I'm just going to keep talking, and he may or may not edit this part out, but if he doesn't, then this will be hilarious. Okay. Nope, I have an end call button, but I think that'll just... I don't think that's going to end recording. Just boot me off. I need to shave. His computer crashed while he was talking. Rather unfortunate time for a computer to crash. Am I right? Also, I got my own computer. It's a pretty big one. It does all the things I wanted to do, except for having a touch screen, but that was an active choice because I'm gonna have a drawing tablet that work with it, and everything will be hunky-dory. Anyways, though, if you liked this movie, if you like this podcast, please do make sure that you tell us. We like hearing from people, from real people. The bots are kind of they're bots. We don't like that. All right. I don't really know who even is watching these, but like, thank you all for watching any either ways, because we like the attention. We're doing everything we can to like make this better, make it a happy day, make it a happy day for everybody. I'll be right back.
right. So, let's take a look at what our Rotten Tomato guesses are. What do you think this movie scored on Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm gonna guess for critics 92, and for audience 79.
Audience 79, critics 92.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. Write that down on my notes so we can remember it.
I think that's a pretty
79. Huh?
I think that's pretty good guesses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 87 and audience 91. Go 91. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh. This is the remake in 2019. Okay. That is, yep, gotcha. Nope, my bad. Let me get the one from
Erase it from
that
your
we
brain, because
watched.
we may or may not be doing that in that movie in the future.
Yep, way different. The critics gave it a 98%. Audience
All right.
gives it.
I was closer.
Audience, you're closer in this too. Audience gives it a 70%.
It's like critics and audience have really different opinions. Either that or there's just way more audience than there are critics.
Yeah. I'm going to read the one rotten review. Stephen D. Gridanis from Decent Films says, viewed in isolation, Dumbo feels like a practice feature film from animators whose only previous experience was short subjects. Not a fan, apparently. All right. Do you have a cinemantra?
Do I have a cinemantra? Okay. Do you?
No, I was hoping you'd go first.
It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, this
So
one's.
if you
You got one.
if you could model, I'm sorry. If you could model like an airplane after like an animal, what animal would you model it after? Because like at the end, modeled it after a baby elephant. Or if it's not even an animal at all, like what would you model a random airplane as?
The
What have I done?
The Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yep. Okay. I'll give you an 8. Yeah. I was afraid you were gonna say dick again.
Well, I like to be a little surprising sometimes. I went nerd instead of perv. Sometimes you gotta go nerd instead of perv. You know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go. This isn't normally how our cinemantras go, but I'm gonna go a different route here.
All right.
What is your favorite thing at the circus?
Favorite thing at the circus?
Yeah.
Probably the rides.
Circuses normally don't have rides.
I don't know if I've ever been to a circus.
Well, that's what this whole movie was about. Was, they got clowns, they have trapeze artists, they have, there's normally a bunch of different things at a circus. Have you never seen a movie with a circus?
Oh yeah,
Circuses aren't
So it's just like a. So it's like circuses are just like a dome with a
the
bunch
big
of like
top. Yeah,
acrobatics.
you're thinking of like the fair. You're thinking of the fair. The circus is slightly different than the fair.
Okay. I like to think like the killer clowns that are trying to kill
The
everybody.
killer clowns. Your favorite part's the killer clowns. Not just the clowns, the killer clowns.
Oh no, there's a big difference between clowns and killer clowns.
I'm not arguing.
Plutonium shooting at people.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm going to give you a 9 because I support it.
Yeah.
You went
German.
dark. You went dark. I like it. All right. Well, is there anything else left that you would like to say about Dumbo?
Is there anything? I would like to see an elephant use its trunk as a Gatling gun.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's all I have to say. That's all I have left to say. What about you? Do you have anything left to say about Dumbo?
I don't know. I've done and seen everything ever since I saw an elephant fly.
I think you've done seen everything after you've seen an elephant fly, especially when you're a baby elephant who just drank some mysterious alcohol that may or may not be riddled with acid.
Did you have a favorite song or anything?
No.
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 There is music. I don't care.
There was music. That's true.
There was music. I don't really care. It's just whatever. It's music.
Not really, actually.
No, I don't care. Scene? Favorite scene?
Favorite scene? Is this what we'll call him, filler? Anyways, probably, yeah, favorite scene was probably the, storks delivering the, storks are fun.
Storks are fun. Okay. All right. Well, then I suppose all we have left to do is plug the pluggables.
Okay. I mean, there is no plugs to pluggables if they're storks. Anyways. That was a dirty joke. Anyways.
Hey.
I am Cryoking Artist, and on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I have not done a whole lot on there in a little while, but I will be doing that very, very soon. Anyways, now I pass the baton on to you, Father. Plug your pluggables.
You can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, and the TikToks, and you can also find me on Dragon Blazer Pro at Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Dragon Blazer Pro is Twitter. Lost my train of thought for a second there.
You forgot your own identity for a second there.
Yep. All right. Well, as always, auf Wiedersehen.
Peace.
This is a Dragon Blazer production.